Remember that moment when you first noticed something was off? Not in a bad way, but like someone switched your regular reality with a slightly different version? That's exactly what we're talking about, the unmistakable signs that you're not just changing, you're awakening. Ever walked into your kitchen and sworn your coffee mug was on the counter, only to find it in the cabinet where you always keep it? Or maybe you've caught glimpses of movement in your peripheral vision that vanish when you turn to look. You're not losing it. Your perception is actually expanding. Think of it like upgrading from standard definition to 4K. Suddenly you're seeing things that were always there, but your old hardware couldn't process them. These reality glitches happen because your consciousness is starting to peek behind the curtain of our material world. The most fascinating part? These glitches often cluster around major life decisions or spiritual breakthroughs. That's no coincidence. Your higher self is literally trying to get your attention, showing you that reality is far more flexible than you've been taught. So here's something wild. Have you noticed animals acting differently around you lately? Maybe that neighborhood cat that never gave you the time of day now follows you home. Or birds seem to show up right when you're thinking about a loved one. This isn't random. As your vibration shifts during awakening, animals pick up on it instantly. They're like living energy meters, naturally drawn to the higher frequencies you're beginning to emit. Some people even report their own pets staring at specific spots in their home, tracking invisible movements that human eyes can't perceive. The truly mind-blowing part is when animals start showing up as messengers. That hawk that appears every time you're doubting a decision? It's not just a bird. It's a signpost on your spiritual journey. Animals operate outside our limited human perspective, and they're trying to remind you that you can too. Let's talk about the weirdest part of this whole awakening business: your body's rebellion. One day you're fine, the next you're experiencing temperature fluctuations that make no sense. Hot flashes followed by sudden chills. A pressure between your eyebrows that comes and goes. Tingling sensations that dance across your scalp. Here's what most doctors won't tell you. These symptoms often can't be explained by medical science because they're not physical in origin. They're energetic. Your body is literally rewiring itself to handle higher frequencies of consciousness. Think of it like upgrading your house's electrical system. There might be some sparks and surges during the process, but it's all part of the expansion. You know that uncomfortable moment when someone's smiling at you, but you can suddenly feel the storm raging behind their eyes? That's your new superpower kicking in, and it's both a blessing and a challenge. Your spiritual awakening has cranked up your empathy to superhuman levels. Remember the days when you could casually nod along to small talk? Those days are gone. Now you're picking up every subtle shift in energy, every micro-expression, every hidden intention. It's like someone handed you emotional X-ray glasses, and there's no return policy. The wild part? This isn't just about reading others. It's about understanding the entire dynamic of human interaction. Suddenly you notice how people wear masks, how they hide their pain, how they reach out for connection even when their words say otherwise. It's beautiful and heartbreaking all at once. 444 on your microwave, 11:11 on your clock, 3:33 on a random license plate. If numbers are practically screaming at you lately, congratulations. You've hit the cosmic jackpot. These aren't coincidences. They're wake-up calls from the universe. Think about it. In a world of infinite possibilities, why do you keep seeing the same number sequences? Because they're like text messages from the universe, each carrying a specific frequency and message. The real question isn't why you're seeing them. It's what they're trying to tell you. The most fascinating part? Each sequence has its own vibe, 111 might show up when you're on the right path, while 555 appears during major life changes. Your job isn't to stress about catching every number. It's to pay attention when they catch you. Remember when time was predictable? Those days are history. Welcome to the twilight zone of spiritual awakening, where 5 minutes can feel like 5 hours, and entire afternoons vanish in what seems like moments. The 3 a.m. wake-up calls are just the beginning. Your internal clock is syncing with a different rhythm now, one that doesn't care about your 9 to 5 schedule. Why? Because your consciousness is expanding beyond linear time. You're starting to experience time the way your soul does, as a fluid, malleable thing. The most intense part is when you're doing something aligned with your purpose. Time literally bends around these moments. Hours flow like minutes when you're in that sweet spot of alignment. Pay attention to when this happens. It's your spirit's way of saying, yes, more of this. Gone are the days when you could smile politely at surface-level conversations. Your internal truth meter has gone nuclear, and there's no off switch. Every fake laugh, every insincere compliment, every social mask, you see right through them all. This isn't about becoming judgmental. It's about craving authenticity like you crave air. You'll find yourself physically backing away from gossip circles. Office politics suddenly seem like a bad comedy show. And those social media feeds, they might as well be screaming fake in neon letters. The toughest part? Realizing how much of your own life was built on these same pretenses. But here's the silver lining: this awakening is your permission slip to drop the act, to speak your truth, to live so authentically that it inspires others to do the same. It hits you in random moments, memories from your old life that suddenly make complete sense. That childhood incident that seemed meaningless? Now you see how it shaped your entire life path. Those toxic relationships? They were actually masterclasses in self-worth. Your past is literally rewriting itself, not changing what happened, but shifting how you understand it. Every difficult person was a teacher. Every challenge was preparation. Every coincidence was carefully orchestrated by your higher self. The mind-bending part? You might even start remembering things that feel like they happened in other lifetimes. Don't brush these off. They're pieces of your soul's larger story finally making themselves known. The world hasn't changed, but your eyes have. Colors pop with an intensity that makes you wonder if someone adjusted the saturation settings of reality. Music doesn't just enter your ears anymore. It flows through your entire body, each note telling its own story. This isn't just about enhanced physical senses. You're developing new ones altogether. The ability to feel energy fields around objects. Knowing instantly if a space has good or bad vibes. Sensing the residual emotions left in rooms. The really wild part? This is just the beginning. As your consciousness expands, reality reveals more and more of its hidden layers. It's like discovering that what you thought was a black and white photo is actually a full-color 3D hologram. Suddenly, those spiritual books you used to scroll past are calling your name. Your browser history looks like a metaphysical library exploded. Every conversation turns into an exploration of life's deeper meanings. Welcome to the insatiable hunger for truth. This isn't just curiosity. It's remembering. Your soul is remembering what it always knew, and now it wants access to all the information it can find. You'll find yourself drawing connections between quantum physics and ancient mysticism. Philosophy and psychology become pieces of the same puzzle. The most incredible part? The more you learn, the more you realize how little any of us really know. And that's okay. Because this journey isn't about finding all the answers. It's about asking better questions, expanding your perspective, and remembering who you really are. Your awakening isn't just another phase or spiritual fad. It's the beginning of seeing reality for what it truly is, a magnificent, mysterious dance of energy and consciousness. And you're not just watching anymore, you're an active participant, conscious creator, and eternal student all rolled into one. The question isn't whether these changes are happening. It's what you'll do with this expanded awareness. Because once you start seeing these signs, there's no going back to sleep. And honestly, that's the most exciting part of all. Don't let these signs stay just another article you've read. Your awakening isn't random. It's happening now for a reason. Hit that subscribe button and notification bell right now. Your spiritual journey isn't a solo mission. Join our tribe of awakening souls and never miss the guidance you need. Remember, this isn't just another spiritual phase. It's your soul's evolution calling. Answer it.